Coronation Street spoilers for next week reveal Max finds himself in a horrible situation after he's tricked by some boys from school. Meanwhile, Audrey has a terrible accident and Stephen Reid returns to the cobbles. All this and more in next week's Coronation Street. Coronation Street spoilers. First look at all new pics for next week 1. Max is blackmailed. Max gets a message from his date Sonya asking him to send a picture so she can see the whole package. But when Max meets Sonya, she says she never sent or received a message. They're horrified to realize Max has been set up. He receives a message demanding £1,000 or his naked picture goes viral. David decides they won't pay the blackmailer and he needs to go to school. At the bus stop, Chris and Blake take the mickey, quoting Max's messages to Sonya. Read more. Who is Susie in Coronation Street? What happened with Eva and Toya too? Gail tries to stop Audrey drinking. Shona agrees to keep an eye on Audrey. But when she goes walkabout, Gail finds her in the Rovers and tries to wrestle a bottle of red wine from her hand. Rita finds Audrey in the Rovers having a drink and suggests she goes back to work. David despairs when Audrey announces she's returning to work before cracking open the wine and flirting with Ryan. Audrey trips over Gail's tie elephant, sending her sprawling on the floor. Maria arrives to find a tipsy Audrey playing table football with Ryan and suggests she goes home, but Audrey refuses. 3. Audrey has a bad accident. When Gail raises the subject of drinking with Audrey, she angrily announces she's moving back home. Meanwhile at the barber's, Audrey staggers into the motorbike which falls and knocks her over. 4. Stephen returns. Audrey has been in the barber's all night and Brian and Elaine hear a weak cry coming from inside. Meanwhile, Stephen Reid comes out of a taxi and breaks down the door. Stephen's shocked to find his mum barely conscious. Meanwhile, the Platt family call a meeting to discuss Audrey's drinking problem with Peter. Brian comes along and tells them about Audrey and that an ambulance has arrived for her. Stephen is furious with his family for failing to notice Audrey was missing all night. Stephen leaves to go to the hospital with Audrey. Is she going to be okay? 5. Wendy makes a confession to Abby. When Abby suggests she would like to take Alfie to see Kevin, Wendy covers her unease. Tracy clocks Abby with Wendy and Abby tells her that Wendy is her foster carer. Tracy warns Abby she's playing with fire. Wendy admits to Abby she has a past with Ken. 6. Sally and Tim go to sex therapy. Tim tells Sally that changing his medication has had no benefit and is worried about their sex life. Dr. Gadders recommends they see a sex therapist. Trina conducts the sex therapy session. She tells Sally and Tim to gaze into each other's eyes, but Tim declares it's a con and a waste of time. 7. Maria has a big problem. Meanwhile, Maria tells Gary the recycling collectors have gone on strike because of the extra bins she set up. Maria meets up with the leader, refuse workers and offers to propose a pay rise. Read more. Who is in the cast of Coronation Street 2022? Meet this year's full lineup. Coronation Street usually airs on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV. Leave us a comment on our Facebook page at Entertainment Daily Fix and let us know what you think.